Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Angie.
And together we are TwinFinity.
We are twin flames back with another 11 video. Happy 11 day again. It just marks how fast the months go by when we do these.
I feel like I just did an 11 video.
Totally.
Really.
Totally.
Feels like last week.
So,
except last month, we didn't have yellow leaves all over the place.
we did not. We did not.
We're going to have people running in behind us. We've gone out to one of our local parks, not too far from our house, about 5 or 6 minute drive. And we got all set up, and now we've realized that there is a scavenger hunt going on. And one of the scavenger hunt places is just around the corner from us. So there'll be people running behind us as long as there's people needing to do the scavenger hunt bit.
You just can't make this stuff up. You try and you try to make things like perfect, and then we're going to have running people. So you're going to be entertained.
Actually, we were going to save this for the end, but we'll do it at the beginning since we're talking about people and how plans haven't necessarily worked.
Should we clarify what our video is before we tell our little story?
Yes.
Then it'll relate a little bit better.
Actually, our video this time around is on the 11 differences between giving up and letting go on the twin flame journey.
And we're telling this because this is an often struggle for twin flames. So many people want to give up. So many people don't know how to let go versus give up. And there's just so much struggle. And people sometimes don't even know the difference between what's letting go versus giving up. So we thought we would share some differences so you would have kind of a better understanding. And we're going to give you, as Rob said, a perfect example of this. Well, our own day today.
I'll say second of all, we get home, we have a yard that's normally full of leaves. Of course, we wanted leaves for what we're doing today. The yard care people showed up this afternoon and have cleaned up our yard so that it's back to just being green, autumny type grass with no leaves. So that's why we ended up going out to a park. We did not want to give up. We had to let go of where we were doing it and do it someplace else as far as our video is concerned.
Yes.
But no, giving up was not necessary.
No, so we just had to let go of our original plan and come up with a new plan. And this plan actually turns out better because if we were in our yard, we would not have sun. We'd be standing in the shade right now and it would be cold. So the universe always knows what it's doing, and that's why we wanted to share these topics with you too, because it can help you on your journey to learn to just let go instead of giving up.
Also today, about noon today, this is in the early evening that we're doing this video. About noon today, I fell into a fairly decent corner of a migraine headache. So I got a little bit of ibuprofen in me, and just not feeling quite 100%. In fact, I'm feeling a little bit spacey, which who knows, maybe that'll help me connect a little bit more.
It might.
When you're not quite so focused because you just don't want to focus because you're feeling like you'd rather be having a nap. Actually, no. I'd rather be doing a video. But if I wasn't doing a video, I'd rather be having a nap. So, there's all sorts of things that come along with letting go and giving up during the day. And yet, it is so much harder on a twin flame journey to understand the differences and the reasons why people give up versus let go. It's really so much harder. Yet we practice giving up or letting go or a bit of both all the time in our daily lives. It's so much different though when you're dealing with matters of strong either emotion or strong heart.
Yes. So before we get into our 11 points, we also just want to make sure if you haven't seen our 11 videos, our other 11 videos, if you're not familiar with them, we do what we call an 11 video every month. So we'll link above the other ones. It'll be above over there, I believe. The playlist, so you can watch the other ones if you have not. And on that note, we will get started. And also, you're going to see at the very end of this video the reason that we wanted to do this video with leaves. So we'll save that as a surprise for the end.
So don't leave until we're done.
Well done. And we have a little reminder coming up on our phone, so I'm going to try and just get rid of that. There we go. That way we can still see Rob's head.
And also that way we can also still see us. Who knows? maybe something will sneak up behind us like a moose or an elk.
Oh, we wish.
Yeah, maybe we don't wish, but it would be still interesting anyway.
Yes. So, number 1 on the list of differences between giving up and letting go is giving up equals forcing your own timing. So, trying to make things happen in the timing that you want. And haven't we all been, I'll say guilty, although that's maybe not a right word, but haven't we all been guilty of trying to do that on this journey, as forcing things to happen the way we want them to happen and in the timing we want them to happen?
I'm going to make a phone call at a right time, and someone's going to pay attention and listen to me and change their mind now because this is what I want.
Yeah.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
And I want union to happen in the time frame that I want it to happen.
Versus letting go, which is trusting and allowing the universe's divine timing. In other words, just letting things be, letting things settle, and maybe letting energies go to the other person and let them decide when things are going to happen more on their timing, because oftentimes it's the other person's timing that's the real struggle. And it's very hard to force someone else to be on your timing.
Yes, yes, totally. So number 2, giving up equals hopeless energy. You know, that energy of, oh, it's never gonna happen. Oh, forget it. Might as well just give up because there's no way. That's...
Why did I ever get started on this
Exactly.
journey? Why'd I ever go on the internet and search and end up finding this stuff? Versus letting go, which is hopeful energy. It's very much like, let's suspend our thoughts, let's unclutter our minds, and let's let the future unfold the way that it's meant to unfold.
Yes.
Hopeless energy versus hopeful energy. Giving up is hopeless energy, letting go is hopeful energy.
And I'm laughing because we're hopeful that we can actually do this video despite having all these people. I hope you're entertained, because we had no idea. We were here beforehand doing our entertaining thing, which you're going to see at the end, and there were no people running all over the place. All of a sudden, we start the video, there's people everywhere.
Yeah, well, just before we started, one person ran around the area that we're in and went over to this spot that has a little baggie of stuff. And now there's all sorts of people jogging by. You'd almost think that they're all part of a running group, because they're all running. Nobody's walking.
So for the runners in the journey, there you go. There's some runner energy for you.
Point number 3.
Giving up is victim energy. Being the victim of, oh, everything happens against me, and the universe is against me, and my twin is against me, and nothing works out for me. Oh, woe is me. That's victim energy.
Versus letting go, which is co-creating, or being a co-creator.
Yes. So working with the universe and knowing that you are co-creating your life, your future, your every moment with the universe, and working not only within your co-creation, but the universe's co-creation with you.
Point number 4, giving up is resisting. It is resisting. It is not going with the flow. It is trying to create your own forces of nature.
Yes. Versus letting go, which is allowing. So again, to use our example, if we wanted to have done this video at home, resisting would have been like, oh, well, we can't do it at home because there's no leaves on the ground like we had hoped, so fine, we're just not doing the video.
Resisting would have been out scrounging up leaves to throw back into our nicely remanicured yard.
So and our neighbors wouldn't have been impressed.
They'd be going, what are you folks doing?
Whereas allowing is just going, okay, there's a different plan. The universe has a different plan. Let's go find it.
We can just go find some other place that has leaves. And just allowing lots of people to be running behind us. Again.
That's right. So in your own journey, allowing is allowing the flow and allowing things to happen as they will rather than trying to force it. You know, when your twin and you make a plan that you're going to meet, and then all of a sudden so many people have had this happen multiple times. Every time you try to meet, something happens. Your twin cancels, or your plane flight gets canceled, or something doesn't work out. So you're just like, okay, fine. So giving up would be, you know, getting all upset about it, whereas letting go is just allowing the universe to have its own plan, knowing that there's a bigger plan going on.
Point number 5.
We got some wind here.
Giving up is a mindset of never. Yes, this'll never happen. That'll never happen.
That's right.
Versus letting go, which is a mindset of not yet. Whew, that mindset of not yet is where a little bit of my favorite word, patience, comes in. Sometimes you have to be patient when you're dealing with not yet.
Yeah.
Patient with allowing.
Yes.
As opposed to forcing.
That's right. So number 6, giving up is giving in and going down into the fears, the doubts, the insecurities. Again, haven't we all been there? And again, there's no judgment on these. We're not saying that, you know, giving up is, oh, it's all bad. Because we've all been there, right? We've all gone through the, oh, I feel fearful, I feel doubtful, I feel insecure, I feel like frustrated. But when we can switch that over and go into let go energy, we can give over instead of giving in, and we can rise up to a higher power. So that's just rising up to whatever you believe in, whether it's God, source, light, universe, doesn't matter. But knowing that you are working with a higher energy for a higher purpose.
And that sometimes also that higher energy and higher purpose is not exactly the way that you envision it.
Totally.
Sometimes when things are going not quite the way that you planned, sometimes you have to see that plan through to the end to see where it actually brought you. In
Yes.
many cases, there's an advantage or 2 or 3 to where you've actually landed up.
Yes, exactly. So number 7, giving up is doubt and discouragement. All that, again, oh, forget it. My twin is never going to talk to me again, so why even bother? I'm not going to text him or her anymore. Not even going to try communicating, because what's the point?
Letting go is trust and faith.
So,
Can't say a whole lot more on that. Many of us understand the trust and faith. We just don't believe it very well.
one of us was bound to throw that in somewhere. I was going to save it till the end, but you can do it now.
Yeah, I did. My apologies. Barely.
So trust and faith is more, okay, my twin doesn't want to talk to me right now, but that doesn't mean forever. That means I need to just honor where they're at, give them space, and know that when I feel nudged to communicate with them, I will again, or know that they will feel nudged to communicate with me. So just allowing the space when space is needed and having the trust and faith that everything's okay.
Point number 8. Giving up is closed energy. Closed energy, imagine it as walls. Rigid, structured, unrelenting in the ability of anything to have any influence.
Yes. Whereas letting go is open energy. So instead of walls, imagine windows. So instead of putting up this space of, oh, I can't even see through it, imagine a window where you can see through. So that's an open energy, an open perspective, an open mindset.
So how about even screen open windows where air and sound can also get through too, where things can flow.
Totally.
As opposed to just light alone. So the more you have various styles of openness, whether it just be windows or whether it's screens with windows or maybe just a screen by itself, the more openness you allow, the more different styles of energy that can flow through and around where you are.
Yes. So being open when things don't work out the way you had hoped with your twin flame. I know so many people have messaged us and said, I thought it was union. I really thought this time union was going to happen, and then it didn't. So being open instead of being closed and going, okay, not now, but that's all right. So number 9, giving up is feeling disconnected. So trying to cut cords, because we know we can't cut cords with our twin, but trying to cut the cord, that's disconnection. Cutting them off energetically, cutting them off in communication, disconnecting even from yourself. You know how when you want to not you want to not connect with your twin anymore, so you find you can't because they're always with you. That's the joy of twin flames, you are connected. But you can't stand that connection. You can't stand that you're always thinking about them. You're feeling them. They're in your mind telepathically. They're in your dreams. So you start disconnecting from yourself, thinking that'll help you disconnect from them. But it doesn't work.
Versus letting go, which is connected.
Yes.
Connection works 2 ways. From your twin to you, and from you to your twin. And also between the 2 of you and your environments around you as well. So if you stay connected and leave as many connections as possible in play, then just like that open screen window, you also allow many other forms of connection to stay in play. You cut off one, you may inhibit others.
Yes.
So it's best to stay as connected as you can. Really it is.
And accepting that you are connected, you will always be connected. The more we try to resist the connection, the more it's going to resist back, and you're going to get that pushback. When you can just allow it, then you won't feel that push from it. I hope that makes sense. So when you can just let go into the connection and allow it, it won't feel so pulled and pushed back between you two.
Number 10, giving up is living in the past or the future. Usually the past, because you're giving up because of the lessons of the past, or not having hope in the future.
Right, yes.
Giving up is in the past or the future.
Whereas letting go is in the present, in the now moment, knowing that there is no moment but this very moment right now, and accepting that there might be another now moment where you are together. So even if you're not together in the present because of whatever situations, you might be reflecting on the past and saying, well, we were together before, but I'm going to give up because it's never going to happen and we're never going to be together in the future. If you can just live in the moment of now and go, it's okay.
With being in the present also, it's being where your feet are and allowing your twin to also be where their feet are.
That's right. And knowing that even if your feet aren't physically together at the moment, in this now moment, that you are all both walking the path that you need to walk. As Rob steps on my feet.
I just put our feet together.
I wish I had a camera and I could take a picture of that. You're funny.
Almost fell over trying to do that. Our feet are together. Well, we're together.
They were. They're not now. No, I forget what I was going to say. Oh, yes.
My fault.
You distracted me with our feet being together. If you are not physically together in this now moment, you can reflect on the fact that you are each where you need to be in this now moment. Even if your twin is with somebody else, you're with somebody else, or one of you is alone, whatever you're doing, wherever you're at, is the right place for each of you to be at. I know it's so hard for some twins to accept that their other is in another relationship with somebody else. And they're just like, why aren't they with me? Why aren't they choosing me? Why can't they see that we are connected and we should be together? But if you can just remember that in this now moment, that is where they need to be, and know that in another now moment, things will change.
Point number 11.
11!
Giving up is lower self-image and also being in your ego.
Yes.
Trying to direct.
Trying to force, trying to control, trying to analyze, all of those things. Whereas letting go is when you're in your higher self, your soul self, when we're in our soul self, we often see things from what I kind of like to do, sorry, I won't crash your head behind me, is see things from the bigger perspective. So if you can imagine being a bird and flying above things, that's when we're in our higher self, which is why it's called higher self. Because we see things from an elevated point of view and we can get the bigger picture. It's kind of like if you can imagine a helicopter driving or flying and it can see the accident below. It can get a real good understanding of what's going on with the traffic. Whereas when you're in the traffic, you have no idea what's blocking you up ahead. You just know you're jammed with vehicles ahead of you. You were going to say something?
The letting go of the higher self is also about acceptance. And that bigger picture, going back to what Angie was saying, it also allows you, when you're seeing the bigger picture, it also allows you to plan your path of least resistance. When you're stuck in a traffic jam, you're just looking for a way out, and you're looking for your best way out, not just any way out.
Yes, that's a great way to put it.
So to be staying in a larger picture is better.
Yes, yes. So we thought we would recap the giving up versus letting go.
You can do the first bit.
Okay.
I'll try the second bit. We didn't have this straightened out.
No, we didn't, but that's okay. We just go with the flow because we like to let go. So giving up is your own timing, feeling hopeless, feeling like a victim, resisting the energy, having the feeling of never, it's never going to happen, giving in, feeling doubt, feeling discouragement, also having closed energy, feeling disconnected, being in the past or in the future, and also being in your ego self.
Where letting go is allowing divine timing, being hopeful, being a co-creator, allowing in the not yet as opposed to just the never mindset. It's giving over, trust and faith, open energy. Open energy is just so important, that allowing that flow. Being connected. If that energy is going to flow, you also need to be able to recognize it. Being present and trusting in your soul. Trusting in your soul, knowing it's got a path and a journey, all for the better good.
So can you see how giving up, all those words are very low vibrational. They're very dense, they're very heavy. They're almost like if you could imagine a weight sinking and pulling you down. Whereas did I say that right, the giving up? I hope that's what I said.
Yes.
The letting go, on the other hand, is very high vibe. It's rising up. It's just allowing things to be as they are. So very, very different energy in the two. So we hope that helps you kind of have a better idea of the difference. I know so many people struggle with this. But on a last piece, we wanted to also share a little visual just to give you a little extra of what the difference is.
We're going to disappear for just a few
Just
seconds.
a moment.
We have a little fun.
That's right. I have to stand back for this a little bit.
I'm going to be on this side.
Okay.
No, yeah, I can do that.
I'll be in the trees.
Okay.
So giving up is when you have something in your hand and you go, I give up.
Where letting go is having something in your hand and just allowing it to be open and still be in its good presence with itself and with energies and with Creator.
Yes. Now hang on to your leaves. And as we rise up, we're going to send you some leaf love.
Woohoo! That was fun.
That was fun. Thank you.
Welcome.
We love you guys. I hope this was helpful. If you have other ways of giving up versus letting go, feel free to share them. We always say that. We love your comments, your opinions, because they help other people as well. So on that note, we're going to say goodbye while we still have some sunshine. And we'll be back next month with another 11 video.
Bye.
Bye.